Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me. I have a really fun project to share with you, and also a tutorial on how you can make these really fun projects as well. These are some do-it-yourself fringe paper layered flowers. Again, they are really easy to make, fun to also put together to or finish off your projects or to add to your projects as well. And you don't need any dies. If you don't have any dies, you can just use your circle punches. If you don't have your circle punches, you could just cut out a circle template and then use that and cut that around your printed papers to make your circles as well. And I'll show you what they look like. And it's these really fun little flowers that I've made, and I did use 3 different size circle punches to make these. So this one here is a smaller one. And I also made a couple of projects as well, and I'll show you the projects that I've put these really cute flowers. And this one here is another one. So you can see here, this is how they look like. It's got this little fringe looking petals around the circle, and then it sort of has a bit of dimension as well. And then I just placed a little flat back center to finish off the flower as well. So this one's really cute. This size here is a 2-inch size, and then this one here is a 1.5-inch. But again, you can make these in any sizes, and you don't have to have different size layering on your flowers. You can just make them however you like. But these are the ones that I've made. And then I also made some with crepe paper as well, which I'll show you. These ones here are the ones that I made with some crepe paper. And these turn out really nice as well. And I just use the 1.5-inch circle punch to make these ones. So these were really easy to make. So that's those. And these were the punches that I use. So I have here a 1-inch circle punch. I've got a 1.5-inch. This one is a 2-inch. And then I did use a smaller size just to use as the center bit here. But again, you don't have to use the center bit for the flowers. And these punches are by EK Success, I think. So that's where I purchased these on a craft store online. And I know also some of you have been asking what liquid glue I use for my projects. The liquid glue I use is this one here. It's from an Australian craft supply company by Crafter's Choice. It's a really great liquid glue. It dries clear. It doesn't warp your paper. It doesn't sort of bubble your paper, and it dries really well. So I've got the link to where I purchased this down below the video and below most of my videos. So if you are an international purchaser, I think they do deliver shipping international as well. But just to let you know, this is the glue that I use. It's from a shop called Spotlight, and they have these in different sizes. And then what I do is I just pour it into a smaller bottle, because it's such a big, I buy the big one, but they do come in different sizes. So I just thought I'd mention that here in this video, because I know a lot of you have been wanting to know what glue I use. So I'm going to show you how I put these really fun flowers together, but I'll just show you some of the projects that I've made first. So this one here is one that I've embellished, just layering it onto a flower die shape that I have. So you can see this is the flower here in the front, the fringe flowers. And they turned out really cute. I then also layered that onto a stamp shaped die as well that I had, and this is a heart die shape behind it. And then I just used a foam dot just to raise the embellishment. And then I also made another one here, just a little tag. I embossed the tag as well. And then this is one here is a crepe paper one. Then I made my own little tassel just to finish off the little tag. So that was just another cute way to use that. And then you can also add these onto like your note cards, your 3x3 note cards, or any cards, if you are into card making, you can just place it on the center like that, and that completes your card. You can also add another piece of another shape first if you like, and then place that on the front to finish that off. And then I did emboss the white cardstock as well. So that's just another fun way to use these flowers. You could also use these to decorate your gift wrapping. You can use this to add to a belly band. If you have a long strip of your paper, you can then place this on the middle of your belly band as well. So these are just some of my projects. And I'm going to show you how you could make these. So I've already punched out some of the shapes already here. So these ones here are the 2-inch size. I've got 1.5 inch, 1 inch, and then these little small ones just to finish off the centerpiece. But I'm going to make the larger size just so you could see it better when I do it, and which is this size here. And then again, you just make them to however size you want. It doesn't really matter. So what I normally do, I just grab my paper, and sometimes I will grab 2 or 3 together. And the paper that I'm using to make these fringe paper flowers, I'm just using lightweight paper, scrapbook paper, not the heavy duty one or the medium weight. I just find the lighter weight scrapbook paper is much easier to work with. So just to let you know, I'm not using any of the thicker paper or cardstock, but you can try and use them if you want. I'll just show you. This one here is made with a slightly medium weight paper. So I did make one, but I find the lightweight paper works better. But anyway, so let's go back to what we're making. So this is going to be the base, and then I wanted to grab a smaller size for the, I say top layer. Again, I'm just going to grab any one, not any particular one. And then this will be my third piece that I'm going to layer on the top. Let me see, I think I've got 4 here. Okay, so I have, okay, I didn't use that one. I just went ahead and made a smaller one. So I did use 3 pieces for this one. So what we're going to do first, for your larger piece, you're going to want to just cut. And when you cut, you want to cut it, but don't go right to the center. And then we're going to go to the opposite side, and we're going to cut again. Again, not all the way to the middle. As you can see, I didn't go right to the middle. I'm going to turn around and do the same to the other side, and then to the opposite side. So then you'll have like 4 sections. I'm going to grab one section and then go into the middle of that. And then I'm going to go in between the 2, just like that. And then grab the next section and then cut again in the middle, making sure I don't go right to the middle, and then going in between the 2, and then the next one. And then this is the last section. So this is the way I make my fringe. You can add more fringing if you like, but that was enough for me. So I've done that. And I'm going to do the same with the smaller size, which is my 1-inch size. Again, just going in without going right to the middle. Go to the opposite side. Do the next side. So it's like you'll have like 4 wedges. And then I'm going to go to the one section and do the same. And then this is the last one. So that one's done. I'm going to grab my little centerpiece. I'll just use this one. Now with this one, I'm only just going to cut the 4 sections, which is cutting them on the opposite sides. And then with this little section here, I'm only going to cut once in the middle, just like that. So it should be only 4 more cuts. So that's enough for me. And then what I do next, I've got I think this is like a sponge for when you're making your paper flowers, and it's kind of soft. And I also have a tool that has these little ball ends on the end, so I'm able to give it more dimension and some curve to it. And then I've got a paintbrush with a thin end to the brush as well, so I could curl the fringes. Now if you don't have these sponges, I know not everyone has a lot of the crafting tools. I did try to use one of these dish sponges. You just need something that's got a bit of a sponge. So if you have one of those, you could use that. So I'm going to use this one because just to show you that it still will work. And if you don't have a tool that's got these little ball ends, I did try and find something that had something similar. So I did find one of my pens that has like one of these little curve ends on the end. So I'm going to try and see if that will work, because I know not everyone has all these tools. So I want to try and make something where we can use what we have at home. So all you do now here is, before we do anything, you want your paintbrush. Now if you don't have a paintbrush, you could use a skewer stick if you want to use a skewer stick. Let's see if I don't have a thick one. Let me just see. I don't have a skewer stick on me, but you can just use something that's sort of got a bit of a roundness to it. And then you're going to grab the first piece, and we're just going to curl the back like that. And you can curl it as far back as you want to make it curly. So that's all I've done. And then we're going to place it onto your little sponge mat and grab your little ball end. So I'm going to use this one, and then you just gently roll it around like that, and you'll see that it will like want to create a little cup. So that's all there is to that. So now we've done the first layer, we can do the next one. I'm going to just curl that around. If you have a thin pen, you could also use a thin pen. Just something that you're able to curl the fringes back. So that's that one, and then we'll just do the same. So I've got the second piece done. And then with this one here, I didn't curl that. I just sort of do that just to curl it up a little bit. And then I just grab the middle one, and that's going to go on the top. And I'm just going to use some glue dots, but you can use liquid glue. Actually, I'll use the liquid glue for this one and use the glue dot for my little piece. So just a little bit of glue to the back. So that's, oopsie. So that part's done. And I'm just going to finish off with the centerpiece, and I am going to just use these fantastic glue dots by Glue Dots. This one is a 5mm glue dot. Place that in the middle. So that's that. And I also have these little flat back embellishments that I purchased online, and I'll put the link down below for these. This one here, I think it's an 8mm size flat back silver embellishment, and I'm going to just also grab a piece of this glue dot. And I just try and place place this in the middle. Oops. So there is my paper fringe flower all done. And then you can just continue, and if you want to curl it up a little bit more, you can still do that. So that is the cute little fringe paper flowers. So that's just the larger size. And I'm going to also show you how I created the crepe paper one as well, if you want to use crepe paper. And all I do here, I've got here, this is, I think these are the 2-inch wide crepe paper. And all I do here is I grab the end and I just fold it once and twice, and then I cut that. So I think I also folded about the same, about 2 inches or 2 inches and a bit. And then I just free hand and cut a circle. And I'm not the best at making circle shapes, but again, it doesn't matter once you create your fringe circle. So you can see my circle isn't the best. And then you just do exactly the same. I just keep the 3 layers together. I'm going to cut again, go the opposite. So I have 4 sections. Then I'll go grab one section and then do that. Again, you can cut more fringing if you want. So I've done all of that. And then I'm just going to staple the middle. And then do the same thing and curl the, I just grab them all and just curl them up. And then I'll grab one of my little smaller pieces. And then cut that out as well. And again, this one I'm only just cutting once between each section. I'm not too sure what size this circle shape. I think it's 3/4 of an inch. I could be wrong, but it's, again, just use whatever size. You don't even have to have this. You can just add a flat back center straight away if you wanted to. So that's there. I'll just grab. And then what I do to, with the edge of the fringe of the crepe paper, I just sort of crumple it up like this, just gently, not too much, otherwise you'll tear the crepe paper. And then just sort of open it up and it'll sort of ruffle out. And that's how I do the crepe paper flower. And I think these are just really cute and they're just great to add to your projects. So I just want to share this really fun, easy project just to make some fringe paper flowers with your scrap papers or your papers with your punches or circle shapes. I hope you enjoyed this really easy tutorial and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.